This is Chariot TV.
A very good evening to Yahweh for Yadofo Chariot TV. Mo amoshe nyina and then you made a chair so come free Chariot TV studios. Mamu nyina wo mfie mo gidi ye se obi biara ehun eye na gidi ye so se menanwumrei why crowd se oni ye bebo anan na yesua ade na yekuta hudie ewo okunyo oyire entemu no busu entemu no etumi akoyie eno nti na maybe no Charity TV abo Monday 7 on Monday pe baby obi a hwe Charity TV program ni din at the Love and Family Corner tibigidi se watam chiku why ready say behwe jumadi bidin edit Samuel ababi omi na bidi jumadi yi ho achiame and then so about the other room na ye papa ye ni di jumadi was time be kan yensa e wa ha na ye beda na di amu nyim ne dada so take be beda na di na mohunu na and the topic very interesting topic I mean him say amanfo bebre na atwen say beba no and the this topic remember me Kyle say unlike your page na but when they like your page our Facebook Chariot TV YouTube all social media platform to me I follow you na jumadi no I come or comment or questions contribution they are all welcome it yeah to us friend say mumra make jumadi hu yen share na for front so ensanka na yen na yen to me ensua ade e wo fidie yi mu iti meto sa frɛ for partner yaba na kwaba wi a yɛde dwumadie no ebe hyehyɛ so kama na yɛ topic e wo hɔ na dan di na de wo ho bia no ene ebusua for akyɛ iti meto sa frɛ papa sɛ otemenka Mr. Sa daddy me mawajo ba Love and Family Corner so nyumre
yeah enua mpacho ho teten
Mr. Me ho yɛ pam gidi yɛ sɛ won so ho yɛ
onyumia do me ho ye
I
want me say home for papa.
Oh, Enra there. That was like me joining more my year apartment to me and cover me.
Ada okodi dokuno bi Saturday ana say watch ana say
I say watch me.
Jonathan Benyao. Say you know
I want for you see ya for my daddy. Ada.
Say bianga yi obia bi ofia nkobebo weekend na nkobema live soup bi.
The crap
Edi obi eni so kan. Anyway.
You don't see the TV
that's
okay. And after 4 you're still live on Chariot TV. Last week, yeah, we looked at Christian home, how it looks like. I think wow, follow you know, very interesting. Yeah, we have a very good discussion that the church and you might be mess say them so no wow what pen paper no church no ma na you be so anyoma. About the topic, yeah, topic where me they told me WhatsApp so now nkɔfo bi maamefo mpanyinfo bi a um, me respect ɔmo paa yie ɔmo sɛne message ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo tie saa adeɛ wei because ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛha ɔmo ɛwɔ ɔmo awaare mu ti yɛn topic no for today no ɛyɛ privacy in marriage, does it exist? Privacy in marriage, does it exist? Oh, nko a me phone deɛ so they
Manya
say privacy.
manya light of
Hey,
manti ma
hey,
hook to me phone ma mempe light na membra. Why?
Pastor Mate, Pastor, Otubo to me. Yes, so said that I'm a little bit a recap on what we did last week. I'm the basic and the topic. Yeah, that the air try say obey to me. Yeah, didn't light obey to me about back online now. You need for I share and topic a very interesting topic and a better discuss privacy in marriage. Does it exist? But just a small recap. Last week, Christian home and they are very, very, very good. That in my area, two subsystems are war of executive system, no, and a sibling subsystems, no. Not just say executive name papa and mammy, no, or we more equal if can say power. But at least the man leads na siblings no my friend no anyway to say family never cost 2 years me who say we Christopher Fia just all these systems no yeah adwuma tim gidi say wow mo hwɛ ye no na wotie ye no sɛ biribi ɛnkɔ so wɔ wo fie responsibilities no obi de obi hu ya na kyerɛ sɛ family systems no structures no ebi alake nti megidi yes mo am share last week no aboa me pa ye and we had a lot of discussion last week nti yes and again I think some announcing a habakope say ahwefo say oh any interesting topic I munti na ye dwumadi ni say oh any topic bi how we say ya discuss e wo dwumadi so I card all the send ya onua ɔsɔfo Jonathan ɔde sɛnde na ɔbɛma yɛn nsa aka ɔde sɛnde Chariot TV ɔde sɛnde mmea no so a me nsa ɛka yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛtumi adiscuss wɔ yɛne mu nyinaa na nkyɛ 2026 deɛ ɛyɛ yɛka ne sɛ de bi ma me de bi so ate aseɛ yɛne mu nyinaa na yɛbɛdi saa dwumadie no ɛwɔ ha nti ɛnɛ no yɛba bɛhwɛ privacy in marriage, does it exist? Privacy in marriage nti yɛ papa ɛreba no yɛtwɛn biribi kakra bi yɛdum ne light nti yɛhwɛ sɛ wobɛtumi aba back na yɛtumi adi dwumadie no.
Maba
Good, good. Finally,
maba.
finally. Hey, Yaje light. 2026.
Enti me rechargeables be na masisa na fi
Hey,
hooked to
so
my phone. And
okay.
so
I was saying yeah, it has to be able to me every year dwumadie no.
oh yeah, so I'm not using the light anymore.
Okay,
So I'm using the rechargeable lamps and
okay.
the network onto my phone because
Okay.
router no use to light into and they call off.
Echo,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, one part say bit me the way show. And the same
okay.
thing and point you phone. Yes. So a
Yeah.
few comments, we me the comment about Busian for now. You did media and come yeah. Baby, I will share you media in Isaac Mays and say watching. Yes, highlight. Isaac Mays I was watching Daniel dear Lydia Doc. I think so what tag me on the other was say. Good afternoon, brethren. That is from Yvonne. And to me, who baby, I wish you made a free anybody pa na yabo apaso. Back to the studios. And yeah, topic for discussion. And I'm told in privacy in marriage. Does it exist? I same way there. I want some no yeah, they can add that is before I have a corner, say, my phone paying for my warrior check. Me they told me WhatsApp so pet no mo test me say we dey me bɔ mmɔden ahwɛ ma ahwɛ kɔ a bɛsan hwɛ bi because ɛyɛ ade a ɛha adwen nti menim sɛ ɛyɛ ade a ɛha awarefoɔ bebree but before ansa yɛbɛwura mu no menyaeɛ anka yɛhwɛ sɛ ɛberɛ a yɛtu anammɔn ansa na yɛba bɛware no does this privacy no exist ansa na yɛabɛzumi in aware deɛ no
Oh
afei na
yeah,
yɛtu
I
anammɔn
mean,
sɛ bɛware
yeah. See, Jade, once I mean young warrior on it, we've not yet become partners. And I have my privacy. She also will have her privacy. And CJ is different. No level, no, too low for you to lose your privacy. And then
it,
the
it,
it's not negotiable. Yeah,
ɛnyɛ binding so say
very.
I mean even when my counseling you know say you are nearing our more and still the privacy still exists.
Yeah, there are things that you share, maybe general knowledge about your life. The other things you don't need. Things like your family, because me koware wa say me hu wo family wo busua ansa na maware wo say me hu adwuma wo ye say me hu baabi a wote. And that has nothing to do with your privacy because someone knowing your residence and office or location, we a word human it's a must. And I don't know, public, home public, no be. I mean, people should know your family, where you worship, where you work, and few friends that you are close to. And so, no day, except me, and sana, that
Nancy, me your bar na bɛrima ɔbɛware me no yes menim adwuma a ɔyɛ metumi hwiahwia say oh at least or make it a certain amount of money na ɛgya wobɛtumi ahwɛ me na nkwalaa ba mu a ebia mmarima no bi wɔ hɔ a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ impress ɔbaa no so ɔbɛtumi ahwɛ no maybe a ɔgye ne nanfofoɔ car ɔgye ne nanfofoɔ ntare ɔyɛ nnwuma bi ma ɔbaa no ho sɛ ɔwɔ standard no wobɛware bɛwie no afei no wahu sɛ saa na hwee ni hɔ ɛnyɛ wise sɛ asɛ ɔbea no
if you have a stable income, your salary, I mean, there will be nothing wrong for you to share it with your partner. And both, not only Obiankwa and be very mad. Because me koware nti minimum adwuma a woyɛ income. Now, business, business de ɛyɛ but you should also know your average. Say, meet me ahwɛ I have a stable work or job. And it is stable, and so you have no fears about it. I don't think say ton ade wo kan hia na fi wo pon adwuma no abetena se wo do girl atena se and now do boyfriend atena se say me ton ade
ɛyɛ account
100,000 me ya accounts no. Don't worry, you'll be going too far.
okay eti abusuafo yɛate ɛno no afiri hɔ awie no afei yɛbɛwura awareɛ mu nti sisi a no ɛberɛ a yɛnware yɛboaboa yɛn ho no the privacy still exists but there are some te sɛ the waka no ɛne deɛ ɛgye no have to know where you live your family adwuma a woyɛ I mean ɛne deɛ normal sisi a yɛaware that those things still exist anaasɛ awareɛ no mu no maybe free individual differences. They are you be can no me feel me to say also to say our any no still a privacy a woman and I said say yeah privacy ni mu na ahwefo so kaka ehwe no enti ase kaka say bibia a obi wo ba onti ase no no onti ase ne mfa our radio no you
You can't privacy. And maybe dictionary, no, me who say a dictionary, but we can check quickly. Say dictionary, no, I can privacy. Then upper
sure.
actually we can
Yes.
check into bit me. I check am I.
Okay.
So what does it mean? And a boy Emma yate ase yie.
Okay.
Into checking
Producer said, over to me, Abwai Kaka. When he said, Jonah, why a what power or asio? But who saw the comment about the city in Ghana where there is no power out? Oh, that one with the Jonah.
What's it then?
Also, Okasafi City now. You doom light, no. Just say,
Okay.
the internet. Okay. But that you zooming in away for them along the line definition about you be kind of.
Well, privacy, a state in which one is not observed or disturbed by other people. What the American say. So you see, a state in which one is not observed or disturbed by
other people.
Yes. Or the state of condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people. And so you see now.
Cambridge, for the purposes of, not to cut you, for the purpose of the AM, Cambridge then said the state of being alone or the right to keep one's personal matters and relationships secret. Yes. It's for the purposes of, when I think it's a Cambridge journal. Yes.
So Cambridge, personal matters. I mean, in relationship, you cannot say no one should see you or no one can observe what you are doing. But maybe in dating, there are certain things your partner should not know. And say me kobe be na me crowd say me kokumase. He or she does not need to know exactly what I'm going to do over there. Details, Well, talking about details. I'm talking about details. No, I'm talking about details. So general knowledge of what I'm going to do is okay, but the details of it is not necessary. It's not necessary.
I'm going to Kumasi, but exactly
I'm going to Kumasi. Maybe a Juma Asem na mekoye, and I have a friend there. I need to meet the friend for some discussions. I don't need to give the details. But about marriage, then you need to give details. There are few things you cannot share with your partner in marriage. And those things, I mean, your partner may not even need them. And that's why you don't need to share. And so it's not because he or she needs it. And so you don't share because he or she will not need them. But besides that, everything about you and what you do must be known. So partner no ehun.
Wow. Iti ebe a me nware na ye bobo ye ho eno de me ko ba bi a betimi akra, but the details of whatever I'm going to do in there you're entitled to know ni se me pa.
No.
Se me am go to say me share with they are
fine.
Fine. Exactly.
Fine. Yeah.
But the moment ye be ware ne de me ko Kumasi a
that's all my details. Exactly. Yeah.
That didn't hear.
I didn't hear because he or she is your life partner. And what does that mean? Life partner. It is not being together for good. It is about your life. It means you are sharing your life with him or her. Everything about your life, you are sharing with him or her. And so the two have common, everything in common. Unless the one which is in your head or something that is on your mind that it has not come out yet. Once it comes out, your partner should know.
Wow.
I mean, some journey be who name Pia. I don't know. But say Bibia say Pedia, then he or she must know.
Wow. Okay. Maybe see a your man be back no me say be di kan if I say obema na oba e wo yare bi a ehye no ho ebia omo ware ya nche na or discover say be owo ya we say knowing say the partner no very emotional and to me handle the pain and I say be or catch na a bit breaking it down. It is to save the marriage and to make the spouse or the other couple happy, no? Or try say if you're be hiding now wakun ya no hospital without the knowing of maybe a new kun and I said nee. Is it not right to do that to save the marriage and then to probably make sure your partner no thing yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give direct answer. Be a member answer and I can say my entry in the other side of it. Me yare, me partner no, me emotionally or need that ahoɔden na obetumi de agyina ano. Nti menka nkyerɛ no. Alright. Manka nkyerɛ no na okohu ɛwɔ baabi a nipa a ne emotional strength me assume say weak no. Which one is better? Nea mea mɛka kyerɛ no ɛne nea menka ne akyi no ɔbɛte wɔ baabi. Ana akyi koraa ɔbɛte wɔ me nkyɛn sɛ menim dada. For the past 5 years, menim sɛ mewɔ saa yare wei. Ina manka nkyerɛ no. Na afei meka kyerɛ na saa time no what have changed? And then what will be the effect or the consequences? What will happen to him or her? And so, answer now bit me take a decision and say, oh, she say, ne way ne nea meka no mprimprim and nea obete later, either from me or from elsewhere. Ne way na beboa no, ne way no bit me agyina no, because if the person cannot stand it, then he or she can never stand it for me for the rest of their life. And so it is better. So the abien to ho dia na eyi sɛ obehu ebereku a wuwu nim no emereku a wuwu hui no emereku a wuwu nim no emu na waboa na watimi agina ne nan so kyɛn sɛ obetwɛn na wɔhunu later because ɛno de be worse.
Very interesting. Say yɛmfa no sikasɛm a ɛwɔ awareɛ no mu. Ɛberɛ a yɛnwareeɛ no meyɛ m'adwuma at least wonim meyɛ adwuma wɔ ha meso menim adwuma a yɛ wɔ ha woka sɛ ebia ɔbea na ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ Sekaneshi market a nyɛ afei na wabɛhwie sika bi wɔ no aka me wura ɛne sika menya ni ɛberɛ a yɛaware no ɛno no yɛyɛ ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ
ɛne de ɛsɛ obu nkonta na yɛhu
mea me sɔre Minister Asma Beckham, you say, what will be?
Devina said, Miji market to your unim. And this a major 4,000 a month, you know. In our own local market, now cotton there. Now say, Nemi, yes, is 20,000. And for so bad, you are not declaring profit because time and soon you declare profit. What I make an answer. But who declare profit, your wife must know. You are not going to give her the details and ask your husband the details. You say, Sami Beto Ntorowa 20, Jonathan Eto Brode 50. That one, there's no need. But at the end of the day, when they meton Inra meton 1,000, and then meton 1,005, your partner should know. Why not?
Especially because the gas a major problem. Is it mandatory say I was in my mama ye whom is sick I was in whom ye sick like a idea was ye is it a must?
Yeah. There's difference between he or she knowing and giving the money to him or her, and yet the same. After giving the money to him or her, no, you have to sit down and work it out and take decisions how you want to manage the money. But as for knowledge, that one there, we are talking about knowledge about it. You know, marriage thrives on honesty and transparency. When we talk about honesty, we are talking about transparency. And so when you talk about transparency, meaning of transparency is I didn't move the whole fine. Yeah, the
So
kanea
on
na to
five
me.
is here. Oh,
Esum biara nim kanea ɛda so nti esum biara nim. Nti sade no emu da hɔ hann a den na ohun nti so ohun. Wo body ni nyinaa yɛ ne de because oyere betumi ebu iwu anum ahwɛ osim ahwɛ nea ɛwɔ hɔ obetumi ahwɛ onim ahwɛ nea ɛwɔ hɔ nyinaa. Wo
privacy be
body part
any.
ozere
That the area said also privacy ni.
then
To me.
privacy.
Oh, so go
Ah,
ha.
nti oyere anaasɛ okunu sɛ ma menhwɛ w'anum bue na menhwɛ wo se na menhwɛ wontumi mbue ɛsɛ obue ɛne it is not only that place every part of your body baabi a
It's your area privacy be any.
oka privacy a what exactly do you mean?
Oh, that also go ha offering no kaka. Oh, ebia
Ofere ofere dɛn
hey, so offering so
ma
be
ma
who.
ma membisa wo
Mhm.
oyere nyem a oyi ne ho kyerɛ obi a wɔ abɔnten
David.
but ɔkɔwo a odu labour ward hɔ a doctor na ɔwɔ hɔ no nurse na ɔwɔ hɔ no obetumi aka sɛ ɔfɛre nti ɔnwo ɔnworɔ ne
David.
pant sɛ obetumi aka sɛ ɔnworɔ ne pant
Mhm.
na wawo and so anything I
Matthias.
mean the word need what they make can I say so your partner needs to know
Wow.
your partner
Wow.
needs to know everything
Okay.
everything
Okay. Including
everything
your body,
except two things.
except two things. And you remember, no, so. Now, I think say baby, obi a send me message bi. Picture start up at who message don't so yes. Baby, a man for no, any gym no. Egyina phone sem any ATM sem. You see account sem bebree wɔ ha. Phone sem no. Ɛno ne amanfoɔ no major headache ɛwɔ our year when it comes to privacy. That, in fact, you do phone sem ne ATM na when you draw lines, you know. When I'm out for draw line, they say we there a cell phone. Minister some few comments be about me and family na ya make phone sem no any ATM sem no. Na fe ya can't the other things are also no you able to make it in private bra. Yeah, but it make time say you are still live on Chariot TV, on Facebook. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and all our social media platforms. 80, you ever found some few comments about na any adult for ache. Jonah the end of my kind, yes, it is Jonah that's Doris. Chair or say okay, highlights. Okay, good evening, brother. Thank you. Doris. May you baby I will share Jumadi no free. Eja Bonsu watching live. Okay, Eja Bonsu yeah, that's to say oh share you yes. As it means I say if I have promised a lady about about marrying her in the future when things get well, along the line I decided not to continue with the promise. Have I done something wrong for I'm struggling to see. Okay.
For not fulfilling.
For not fulfilling. 18. I mean, funny because if I have promised a lady about marrying her in the future when things get well, along the line, I decided not to continue with the promise. Have I done something wrong for not fulfilling? Ask them about that. Um. Okay. I think so far, message. Yɛwɔ ɛno no nti thank you for your message woso wobɛtumi de wode aba na yɛaka ma yɛ topic no ɛyɛ privacy in marriage does it exist ɛno ho nkɔmmɔ na yɛdi ɛwɔ ha dade menim sɛ onua no asɛm na ɔkaeɛ no menim sɛ it is not really in line with what we are saying. But short answer Bill said.
Oh, I mean, oh, catch you so well now. Won't mean well for any reason. Even personal reason, if you can't even explain it, you've not done anything wrong, though it hurts, disappointing people, but you've not committed any sin or crime. I don't know the law anyway. I don't know about legal issues, what promises mean. So far, maybe I'll have to check. But coming from the Christian perspective, I don't think you've committed any sin.
When ABR, the premise is that the reason why would design maybe might not be tangible for no reason. Okay, me and I'm a kind, but my sister margin. And yes, based on I did be a yet tangible. No, I think that I don't need the bear yahaka.
No, no, because that one you are not married, and if I say for personal reasons, no one can tell me say changing say mema good reason. No one. It is in marriage. Then you have to, because when they say etanase need the asem na yɛhwehwɛ mu nea nti a yɛaware na wosɛ wonware biom na yɛhwehwɛ mu, but mɛware o na menware wo biom a yes, wotumi kyerɛkyerɛ mu a ɛbɛboa, but I don't think sɛ mmara bi kyekyere wo saa. Aban mmara no na mennim. Aban mmara na mennim.
You lawyers for
So some of the ones I won't worry. It is divorce in a untimi. At unwaria, there is no divorce. That is a broken relationship. It is not divorce.
That I hope say.
But yeah, me person the way for
I hope you better assess na you better find it time na you can about we. Thank you for your message. I think Isaac means I hope you are okay. You should be okay with it now. It's a phone seven no any is ATM 7. It's a phone. Say my warrior. The question is it right? Say me you better me cell phone. Because what's the when you say your friend is cell phone?
Now let's look at the word. Let's look at the word transparency. What does it mean? It means allowing light to pass through so that objects behind can be distinctly seen, easy to perceive or detect. Having thoughts or feelings that are easily, what I say? So that are easily known. And so you can't transparency. Kyerɛ sɛ biribi nhinta w'akyi anaa biribi ahinta w'akyi a sɛ hann bi tɔ so na yɛtumi hu nea ɛwɔ mu. So it is sad here. What is phone? And when we are talking about phone, the question is what has changed? When phone was landline and calls come home, everyone can run to receive it. Even children can receive it. So what has changed? Rebecca say, well, and then the miss number in Nisu and in Negekahu. Miss calls in Nisu Negekahu. But it's the same phone, a communication gadget. And so what is on the phone na meyere empese ohun. Mempese meyere hum. And I mempese mekunu ehun. When you begin to see these things happening in marriage, then there is something missing. Trustworthiness. And trustworthiness, any relationship, it just said there is no transparency. When there is transparency, there is trust. But when there is no transparency, then trust is almost, it's not in the relationship anymore. And then that will bring more problems instead of you having peace at home. And so, why can't your partner access your phone? If he or she can access your phone, what are those things he or she cannot access
On the
or
phone.
should on the phone or should not open? And that will
Okay, so
bring
Samitiasia, I was only access, say, yeah,
exact
password. But even in the first place, couples etia, do they have to put passwords on their phone?
passwords any phone also because and yet be an say one person partner home tia. Maybe a password on my phone so. But my partner should know, and I know hers as well. Into me fan phone me to me bu, and also family phone to me ebuye.
ABA.
And also family phone to me buye. What I say? Into but password that's so. Send a be obi fufuro. Into me mfa emwe. Oh. Sometimes animal way in so even my grandchildren can access my phone because I move
Hey.
with them. Yeah, they can access my phone. And that tells you, say, you don't have anything hidden.
Hmm.
Bibia ni hɔ a wode sie ɛwɔ hɔ. Bere a yɛde nneɛma sie, ɛna ɛma yɛmpɛ sɛ afoforo ehu. Nti your life must be transparent. And that also promotes this virtue of honesty.
Mm-hmm.
It means you are being honest with your partner. But there are other things that your partner should not touch, other areas. One,
Even when she has or he or she has access to the phone,
exactly.
there maybe a work phone so I
She said,
ultimately access it.
and she must know she must have, he or she must have general knowledge of that area.
Mm. Mm.
General knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I save all my counselors' name with counselee. So Samuel Abebio, not counselee Eshaw.
Okay.
This is a professional issue which borders on confidentialities.
Confidentialities, yeah.
And the same year no n'ani abue na wapɔ a do ɔbɛyɛ access me phone no, but ɛsɛ sɛ ɔkɔ na ɔkɔ ready na ɔkɔhu obi ɛne ne yere obi ne ne kunu ho asɛm.
Programs.
Ɔte America na ase.
Yeah.
Ɛno no de mea meche na and the nephew may take action as a take it, but she won't even do because she will not be interested in that. So in matters of confidentialities, your partner should not know. A human profession, a church, or a church leader, na ubin sem, your partner should not have the details. Mind you, they should have general knowledge. What I mean by general knowledge, say, Samuel Baby Nene Eba me ho for counseling. That is general knowledge. So that
Yeah.
ultimately, many Samuel Baby yere e chat ya. Me yere eren susu se many or baby na e chat keke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What the make say?
You,
Inti that general knowledge in the important. Very, very important. In this unknown sono or yeah, that you may be na privacy and confidentialities be a woman. She should let me know or have general knowledge about whomever she is dealing with, so
mm-hmm.
that me who am the way the any client a Juma and I don't need to know. So there's a difference between having general knowledge about the person or the item or the area of your life, and then details of what is between you and the person. And when we talk about transparency, we should also look at discipline. Both of you
Okay.
must be disciplined. Now, when landline was in use,
Mm-hmm.
when you pick a call and it is daddy's call, you don't ask the person details. You just give, dad is your call, or mom is your call, or asemesi, it is your call, and then you leave.
Yeah, but obento you get in panel.
No, no. Nkɔmmɔ bɛn na wontumi ndi? Wotere meka na ase. Ɛna sɛ wonim sɛ nkɔmmɔ na wodi no, like we're talking about confidentialities there, then you can excuse the person, say, well, it is not good to discuss this on phone. So why can't we meet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if your family are around, you are me, at the dining table, you are eating together, the cell phone put you can just excuse them. But when it was landline and the phone is placed at the dining hall, then you are not going to ask your family to walk out, excuse you because you have a phone call. So whatever the case be, you can receive the call generally, and if there are confidentialities, things that you don't need to say or your family don't need to know, then you can reschedule that call. And so, talking about transparency always move with discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your spouse or ukunana or you know, at least should have access to your phone when you are transparent and honest. Send a beya nipa no uncle Jane say maybe a uye bibi and I say bibi was so na opesa with this year. Okay, now having talked about that, you know, ATMs, you know, so because okay, even though minimum me minimum salary there, but will be our account fair, but the ATM codes and what can I say password me am day, me so one day. Sanity.
Oh, yeah, nneɛma bi a yɛfeel sɛ yɛn ani abue na yɛyɛ biribiara kɔ yie a it's okay. Ɛte sɛ wo drive carelessly na wonya accident, wofeel so nea woyɛ no yɛ right. Wote meka na ase kɔsi da a wobɛnya accident, wotie yie a na ɔnan mu bɛbubu na woatena fie afebɔɔ na wotie yie na wowuɛ. Let me share this story with you. This man has money on his phone. Owiska ni momomu. And the soon. The wife cannot access his phone. In fact, she does not even know the PIN code of the Momo account. And so, yare born prekope. And nuankasa no entimi mbue ni phone no biem. The woman had no money on her. So even ontimi drive or car, mama ni nim driving. Papa no so ntimi drive. So even sobefa car na a problem because we need car. Meanwhile, there was money in this
on the phone.
man's wallet. Yes, Momo wallet. Wow. And so enana mekana say o drive carelessly. Vroom. Now they are no crossing no akwaba. Eyo say okay. It is not okay. The first with me akwaba no say okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The train na bibi sia na ho be hu say wankasa no wamboa wo ho. Nso adenti na oyiri ni mu pin. Adenti na ukunu eni mu pin. Mefa meyiri phone no say menye transfer manner. I don't ask her pin. I know. She also knows mine. The only
That
thing
is,
is
say no, yeah, na AFO. Is it because when you need to move in your master, it's not because AFO they all can have me. Still say I have for a very you know. I mean, when more year password. I mean, does it come with age and I say maturity and I say.
Let's use the word maturity because maturity has no time bounds. Yenyinti. Maturity means you've gone through certain experiences, and I was
Yeah.
here,
What's
answer
going to be beautiful?
exactly. And so you can mature even when you are younger person.
Yeah.
But now we're in there and you behave maturely.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe we use the word maturity rather than age because we'll be aware maybe 50 years. And so still on behaving maturely.
Yeah.
We are not talking about physical age here. We are talking about mental or emotional maturity. Nti ɛno na yɛhia. What I say? Woyɛ ne
Mm-hmm.
saa a, obohu sɛ mo ho tɔ no. Wonni sika a oyere te w'ase. Wonni sika a wo kunu te w'ase. Na sɛ oyere anaa wo kunu nnim wo sikasɛm sɛnea ɛsi te, na biribi hia na ubisa oyere sɛ akuya mihia sika wei no si menni bia wongye ne ndi because wonnim sɛ n'ani sikasɛm te saa na so ka kyerɛ oyere bisa biribi na wo sɛ menni bia ɔno nso ɛrengye wo ndi because nneɛma no mu nna hɔ nti sɛ wo kunu wongye wo yere ndi na wongye wo kunu ndi a asetena no a mote no ɛde asomdwee bɛba no mo nni ahotɔ.
Yeah.
Sɛ nneɛma nkɔ yie ɛwɔ aware no mu ɛmma mo. Nti adɛn na yɛnyɛ nneɛma ɛbɛboa, ɛbɛpromote peace, ɛbɛpromote growth, progress, happiness, fulfillment ɛwɔ aware no mu. Na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ nneɛma. Yes, you cannot marry and become self-centered or selfish.
Exactly. I like that.
Once you marry, your life is open to your partner. Ebuim to say book. Ebuim. Wobie bibia mu ama no. Na den na aka. De na ebue mu nyinaa ne bue ye de mpo wabue. Den na aka bi mo ntu.
Jonah betie.
Nya untumi mbue no abonten. Nya untumi mbue no abonten no wabue e wo dem. Den na aka bi. Sika na untumi embue. Enti me hu ni enti a aware ni bi wa partners ni bi wa they don't even need your pin because at any time no kora no obetimi the pin ama o say pin ni kona koyi what the make can say, and so he or she will not need to keep it, and the trust is there so much so say whether he or she knows or not enye nasem. Because at any given time, he or she can assess it. In front of Kobian. But I'm not saying say, oh no, you know, Krumonko Tanase. Now, what is your pin code for this, for that? And yes, I'm a maker. If they know, it is good. If they want to know, they need to know. Let them know. If they don't need and it is not creating any problem, fine. But there are some exceptions too. Even the knowledge, very Americans, knowledge is different from maybe giving it out. So, for instance, Meyiri name me salary, but giving the money to her, ebe jina senia mene meyiri ne eti. Menye senia mene meyiri ne ti kura, but senia meyiri na anami kunu eti. Let's look at a husband. Ono yankasa no fi ho kura no chop muro ni muyi. Onye fi wo fi o ti fi as a passenger. Na ne yere emia nani no kope sika ba. No hu sika na. Obesisa sika di nyina no de akoche na busuafo. There was a situation maame no nim se ne kunu enibi. Nti oto emo bottle, oto oil gallon no de asio na ono papa no ene ne mani nyina nya bi adi no. Obekọ adwuma beba na papa na asesa emo no fa no de akoche nkrofo.
Oh.
Now, in such situations, it means my relationship will need help from a counselor to help them Oh yeah, na say yeah. Then coping skills come in. You cope and adapt. And so coping, what are you going to do? Then maybe you will not have access to some of the things. Not because he needs
based on
exactly.
past experience.
Ndi baby amede emo be share na matum. Ohia bi e me amakoyi ama na wanua di. Na mo nso bakokọ nua okosesa mo no na ode akọche ne di. Na okoma de emofra no ne nyina wo fie o ne de. Eno de ye man access.
Yeah.
And that decision must not be unilateral. You need to get help from people, support from people, and take a decision with him or her, telling him or her, say, Nisuban A, B, C, D. Inti, yeah, the caveat atonus.
That's true. Yeah.
No, no, who say, it's a so sacra. That is a special situation or special case. But a normal married life, nothing must be hidden.
Maybe had a whole plane.
I said Bibiada, and everything means everything. All.
Yeah.
All things.
All things. Very well.
All things. Yeah.
Wow.
All things. Possession, finances, relatives,
yes,
friends, plans, your location at any given time. How on earth is it? What you're not maybe okunu, not maybe a year. No. No, that shouldn't happen. I'm not saying that you should know whatever she or he is doing and give you life accounts and a life report. Oh, Mijina High Street, Dokun Rebi Chemwaha, yes, na yeka. Oh, but the Meko Krum and Nemeko Krum. Oh, yera now Krunim say, Onenam Krum. And Nemekon Samum, oh, yera now Krunim so on Samum. Ɛno no asɛm na yɛka. Obi wɔ ha fi bi wɔ ha betimi akɔm. Wohwehwɛ agya anaa ɛna a, woso ogyina ha sesi a o. Wɔbɛhwehwɛ na wohunu. Wɔbɛfrɛ no no. Na mugyina dabraka a wadu abɛka La Paz. Wankro biara wo fi hɔ. You cannot you cannot. You shouldn't do that. In marriage, you shouldn't do that. And even the family, you should always know where they are as a family. Yeah. And you need to be each other's brother, your friend, a brother's keeper.
Brother's keeper, yeah.
Yeah. In the family.
We so yeah, one of the things. Say, should my wife know all my friends?
Yes, as much as possible. And you be a unimu in a way that now could be home. But close ones are regular friends. Your partner should know them. And say, baby, see. So you now couldn't to me for phone. You have so frail nan and san kawa for maybe a ufifia nopa or frail bear 9, 1 tonka, 12, 1 tonka, phone switch off about 8, about 9. Hina no be friend. Into what now for you? Bet me a check it. Ebusin bi obet me a check it. Ebi asami abaha maintain and kind. Ni phone so you off. Iti enu na mekan ete say o drive carelessly na hwi nsi ye ntunim say ye na twen da abofra ketewa bi be cross no na obi hu say o drive no enkoyi that ketewa bi si na be say ne man koyi sometimes our life is such say ya niema enya many ehunamaje normalizing impo enkoyi no waka kire ya yempese yeti ase because me yeda hwe nsi it is It is no na
And people try to compare.
Emma
Papa
proof
winning the
say
year.
yeah.
Papa winning the year. Obi so be phone mo. Nti asumdwe wo fie ho. Obi hu de obi ye. Nti saa na me pese ye so ye.
Hina na catch you say papa nen we ne ne yire obi nso bi fom nti asomdwe wo fio. Hina na cancer.
From afar no saa no be hu ne say obi a
No.
obi afon so nti.
No, what a time bomb so.
Ada best quality no.
That be blasting no. Because obi a tete ne yonko. What the American na say. Then na mu ye obi ehu. Da kro no ebe pie. Ebe pie. Nti witimi nkan James you are doing the wrong thing na mama sunje nti yeah. I had a client. Oh ye bribi. And I'm saying, then she was doing something wrong. And I'm saying, that when I do that, I feel good. And I'm saying, oh, okay. Now, we so catch you we are feeling good. And does it make it right? So the fact say it makes you feel good. It's not a proof. Say it is right.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. If it makes me feel good, then it is right. No. And what are about the arm robber? Ono so bokro no ni. Ono so kumu bia na ne ho ato no aye fine. What the American say? Doing the wrong thing, making you feel good, does not make it right.
Wow. Very interesting. Ebusha for me, Kai say, you are still live on Chariot TV. What's in the comment about me? Baby, I will read you my day in free TikTok for my home Miss Chelsea Nanama, my Miss Wa, my home more farmer questions, ne contribution. Maybe I'm going to read you my day in free. And my yet time no, your topic, privacy in marriage. Does it exist? And home come up. Ɛna yɛdi ɛwɔ ha no mahu sɛ mmiɛnsa de biribi ato hɔ yɛnhwɛ de mmiɛnsa de ato hɔ ɔse concerning privacy, my sister visited me from our village. She stayed for 1 week. When she went back, she sent me a message about something my wife did whilst here, that she wasn't happy, and my wife read the message on my phone. And the result you guys know. So this privacy is also creating problems. I think it's me fun to screen that. Okay, finally the screen is empty. In his absence, the kind of the messages. Wow. It's phone 70 there. I think it is in baby, but so far, Patrick. Okay. I don't see any other message. This was from Isaac Nizam. Okay. Any other message be contribution? Maybe I'll hear if you be my na na obi ebisa say should married couples still have a private life. No one come on a year in a year. You said that they are changing to say what shall I say follow ya will be who say what mu kama. Aha, not just a phone 70 we no. Yeah, worry obi antumi mfa bibia nsi. It's at the end of the whole plane obi mfa corners obi mfa me tumi mfa me phone me tumi mfa me phone it na that is a oyire ana wukunu nye discipline ATM of card no na obeti weni na alert about pepe ya radio sika say no eno dey me je me card na me say me passcode a me nye boni o
They say rice and the na make kind similar. And to say no. And so we've got to do something about it.
it's only by the discipline they are.
When you have a discipline, then say, yeah, obubi needed to us. What I say?
Good. Yeah.
But my Isaac Meza as no kind and then I'm not getting it where say also say privacy no say keeping privacy in a creative problem and answer what?
I'll say it's my hand also so
So this privacy is also creating
Problems.
And so the privacy in the one say ne yere na ko hunu na create problem ana
Okay,
say
because we are not just on no on private. Or man, they need to me have access to phone. And based on that, it creates a problem because every we are sending message. Sometimes unintentionally, we be to me sending message about man. What
mame
no
nkyerɛ
overreacting.
mame nkyerɛ o baby oh o de obi yare na yare bi na o ma no saa yare na duru na nkɔ a na ɛsɛ hu sɛ bibi foforo wɔ hɔ a akam nti sometimes no o yare malaria nso yɛbɛsan ama opara na bia yɛsan ama antibiotics because you don't need only the malaria
Malaria, yes.
aduru no nko a because bibi foforo nso ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna ma ɛno nti aduru no a wɔde ma wo no ɛnyɛ adwuma
Yeah.
nti na transparency no ɛnyɛ adwuma wɔ ha transparency na ɛwɔ wɔn aware ne mu no ɛnni one life mu in general nti bi ɛwɔ phone mu pɛ
Okay. There was certain
nti
aspect of our life, and yeah,
life no one aspect of their life no na transparency no wɔ sɛ transparency no ɛwɔ one life mu nyinaa na wotumi na yere tumi receive ne sister-in-law which is the man's sister no na wotumi di nkɔmmɔ fairly transparently na obiara nim ne boundaries a anka asɛm wei ɛmma because anka sister no ɔde ade complaint yi kɔ pɛ no anka bra na ankasa no sɛ transparency wɔ ha ɔno ne sister no bɛka ho asɛm no wabisa no na waka kyerɛ nsɛ me ne me yere bɛka ho asɛm nti wonim sɛ wonyɛ sure a wontumi mma ha na wontumi accuse me yere for anything
yeah.
na buy na meka na wo yere nso atena sɛ na waka sɛ sɛ yes sir next time things like this will not happen again nti bia wo buy na me yere yes sir and then na wokan wo sɛ manka hwee wanka hwee ade nti na wanka hwee transparency no sɛ fa mabrabo no mu nyinaa nti sɛ transparency no wɔ hɔ na mo bu mu ho na discipline wɔ hɔ na trust wɔ hɔ usisa no kɔ fɛre sɛ ɔbɛ complain ɔsuru
yeah
ɔnyɛ wotere mɛka sɛ ɔnyɛ nti yɛ apply ade na yɛ apply ne yie na ma in problem sɛ ɛne nkyɛ sɛ aduru na yɛ apply na na ade na yɛ apply na ade pa na yɛ yɛ no enye ebia na yɛn apply ne yie nti nea metimi aka wɔ hɔ no menni full story but nea mehu ne sɛ if being transparent is giving you problems just say you are not applying it well.
Okay.
I mean, if the wife was disciplined, the wife trusts, and that wife knows the boundaries, her boundaries are, and kebia, or on a sister no crying kasa, ebi obe report to ne kunu directly. Say bia o sister by say, and so you apply and I say implement some of these things na. Say it me edi ye adwuma yie na ni nyina bibia to yie. We are ne fa ebema problems. But that doesn't mean so na improve on whatever we are doing and apply it to perfection.
Okay, good. It's daddy. Yes, in painful baby say, baby ama amaniama. Obi testing me say, fine privacy or but me compare me once I'm crying for her na makoma makuhum bibi ebe tete me tie ne twa no pano obi a fine obi a anya de ope baby ama amaniama oji tu
oh yes sir. Some symptoms of a problem of a yare, but you are not dealing with the cause. What is the cause? What are you doing?
Yes.
Then we are. Oyere ehuna ukunu ehun emfa semomba. Ehon asem no the cause. The cause is not the phone now, baby. What's on? Then now we
then
Inti about necessary tackle problem. Ni jai, ye jai Then now yes, so yes, and is effects of the problem or symptoms na tackle. And no one say yare ni. So
cost
stop.
no.
Inti jai ni ama born now we no.
Wow. Yes, bushafo ayɛ dɛ. Eti me kasa o kasa yɛ wɔ nneɛma mmienu bi. I think that we dealt with say
Make
also nneɛma
kind
mmienu bi wɔ hɔ a.
confidentialities. And the
Yes.
things your partner won't appreciate. My kind
Okay.
confidentiality.
Okay,
And that's
confidentiality.
professional job, yeah. And then being in leadership position, sorry, any other places be, and among some details your partner shouldn't know. We and if you are the other one is things your wife will not appreciate. What are those things?
Things your wife will not appreciate.
Your wife or husband will not appreciate. So you are a wife, you are a medical doctor, a surgeon, ukunu accountant. Ono ko school kura no science subjects kura on person obi hu. Biology on person obi hu. Na wo fi hospital aba. Efi na be ka kire yare ahoro and now ye ho adwuma don comophosis, pancreatitis, oculitis, and oculosis. You'll be boring him or her. What can I say? Those things he or she will not appreciate. So what does he or she needs to know? And then me call theater. And the idea is and it taking me 2 hours, it taking you 9 hours. So I am tired. Now kuna you don't say wabre. But you are not going to tell your partner say now you so yare maniatis. But ye body ye cutting ni use of onchosis and manalitis and metamorphosis and whatever then there is no need. Oh, can we na ye did 9 hours for theater? I mean, your partner does not need this.
And you necessary.
Was it? Your partner does not.
Necessary, man.
You'll be boring and you'll be boring. Oh yes, sir, you'll be boring. Exactly. Niyama your partners won't appreciate. You don't need it. Just give general information and that's it. We sign a too if you are. You be any hobby ma or yera na ukunu. And so
Asemi.
Ade usuru. So usuru dia na ze udi boni bi.
It's that person be say enyoma ben sa na ma ebi mususu say ebi no my wife, but I still have to live a private life. Enyoma ben sa. And I say yeah opener if I should be also in my relationship no.
Oshe Bible na also live and cleave. Some left, but they are not able to cleave.
Yeah.
Though physically you see them sharing the same bed, the same room, but they've not cleaved. Until you be me the mechanic.
Very interesting. Obi say ade pena akasi kapao say privacy should protect the relationship, not to threaten it. Thank you for your message. I'll say healthy privacy builds trust. Unhealthy secrecy destroys it. Okay, thank you for your message. Privacy, I'm not for any jumpa. All right. And today I can. And your mom, you know, what you may some details. I remember was spouse, or you're interested. Men born with those things. Any other things be women fan kohan. Apart from that, in there, I did be anywhere private for our room. It means that why you ready so called you have nothing to hide. Like
no, not at all. No, not at all.
Be back.
Yeah, there are certain things you cannot make anything. Your past life, some of the things as or the back. In fact, the past life ni be there from day one. Okay, nipa na o person or na esa o mani hu, especially who are bad at that. And the day one, nipa ne say o pa pe announce who say ni pa pe esa o catch them. Esa o catch them because untimi infa oba NCA forever. Forever. And the person must know say oba. Ansa koraa na ne koma afiase ayɛ adwuma awɔ wo ho. Mehwɛ crepe bi. Krakye bi kɔtena awura fɛfɛ bi ho. And obi san, hi. I say, can I know who you are, please? The first thing the lady says, I am so and so. I have one child already. And then the man said, but what has that got to do with me? Say, yes, you want to know who I am. And I'm telling you who I am. If you cannot love my child, then don't propose. If you cannot accept me with my child, don't propose. And I agree with this lady 100%. I agree with it. Don't start it. Because or the abufre, unim sadi we create problems.
Yeah.
Create problems. One, ebi ye ne wanka. Na two, ebi nso ye ne ompe ne yire na nani kunu ne ba no untimi enstande. That fact said ne yire na nani kunu. So why should you even marry him or her? Well, nti ni mani bi from the onset na the person should know. For instance, we obia na for any reason unum say wumbu ho aka ebi kura yeyi. Into untimi go. The first thing I saw catch up berry man. Your berry man and so him say wo phrase unya issues. Into doctors actually say you can perform sexually, but you can never impregnate a woman. Which you na catch no. If because no so would to the danti or no cry ban on baby. And sometimes people meet people like that. When you are honest, God will also give you what you need.
Wow. Wow, very interesting. I think that Kobina Kobina. I say good evening, brethren. And Mr. Asa, greetings from Kromwase Church to you. God richly bless you for the good work that you are doing to help us, especially with the youth in the Lost Church. Please, my question is, what should I do if a lady I want to marry hides her phone from me? And most times when I am around her, she refuses to pick calls.
So, okay. I mean, Niametimi can say she is not being transparent at to a certain level. She hiding the phone is no problem because you don't need to know what is in the phone there.
Don't worry, exactly.
Don't worry. So you don't need to know what is in on the phone there. But my problem with her is if she's double dating, she must let you know. Say, Sami bi nso or baby you.
I don't know boys, no Johnson boys, no, I don't know person bit here, no.
Oh, if you cannot compete, then koda.
Say, catch your obia say, me double date, me new obia for Kasawa. Hey, ejabeto.
There be mami, you see problem no be a one mumu. Problem no be a problem is because you've been having sex.
Exactly.
Exactly. If you are not having sex with your date, na mo twa nim se mebo ware ansa. Ntokwa bia ni sa asem we mu.
Yeah.
Inti ye problem nankasa fi hɔ a we ɛrenyɛ problem mine. Inti me kura me share nipa me ne nda bet me pese me ware no obi nso pese o ware na fe competition abam na me yere me ho na ma wini.
But you have to let the other party know, say, you are double date, like you have Obia.
Oh yes, if they can know yeah quite ene mo kura musi mo ye ne mafo na mo ye den mo kura se na mo ni nye den. Because yen time no yeah ko bia ho no bi wo ha ye be ko.
Mo check is Obio.
Yeah, eno kura na ye ba onware. Oh, yeah ba. we come with full force and we will shake the ground. Na nipa no wa panic and say look, I don't know why you enter my age. Oh, na ma phone kura me hu na ha mo kura na mo si mo no si ehye na mo adwuma mo so competition.
Yes, competition.
Compete. Usuru competition. Go and compete. Na me na manage wo ho a. Na say mo twen sa de na mo bi mo ntimi ware da o. Because obia na obarima bia obehunu no o date bi o obi onenenam. It is a one compete a obede ma waji obi afi obi nsam no obi nso. Meanwhile obi aje wodi o. Obi aje wodi. Ndi uzo kwa pre na je obi de. In fact bin bole nko na exercise there are rules. In kon say obi because opesa oje ne girl na ne boy. Eno no de we ya sinful e money. What do you make an say? But you go with your manifesto. Also find manifesto. No, so find manifesto. No, when we need election, no, I don't go and destroy someone because open girl, no, no want to say no, no, here. Go with your manifesto, present your case, present your papers, your documents. And then also the same thing. You also go with your manifesto.
Man, the won't pay competition crowd, darling.
And then now better house.
The won't pay competition crowd.
In the mobile problem, Nanka say if you are Gababuam.
Yes, I agree. I think it's back to Nadia. No, among my it is again no. My name friend.
I'm an phone or young from Subia again.
But the only problem is be a unpick course be.
One a name no until before uncanny so as some essence so payment and Jimmy home. Oh, bet me I catch it and say, oh, I send your friend your nonsense in any Jimmy home, intimate me here. Now, why Jesus? Our friend also okay, many as some say, ya bon come. Nebufu a man inquiry.
84 na 7. That is a me knew what me to me and some call. Me knew what me to me and some call.
Oh, to me answer. Hedging crown to her man.
Wow. The member said, "What friend? Me didn't know. Hello, but I'm here, Mrs. Abebio. Oh, and you do I have the right to ask? I assume you are partially to me catch no bar.
Yeah. Bibi will have uncraby or na. Also, about catching in my friend. Okay. Into on frame me back. That's all.
It's several.
I didn't know what bathroom. That's a phone belly. I would say to me the coffee bathroom.
Yes, maybe a call you what the phone.
I didn't. Then how? Bibi, how are you? I mean, there's something wrong here. Why? I didn't. Now I'm a phone. You become a slave to the phone. Yeah.
Yes.
And this slave is self-inflicted. One kasa na wa ma ho kwan no ya. Yes.
Obi so dey say oni ni ku ha the phone to silent and I say airplane mode obi am frɛ no.
Well, sometimes phone who you see the baby e be a call baby dey to silent. Oba if you we refi. Inte da so da silent. I am in person sa assumptions no. Ye be ye say on person me who call until they had to silence the
exactly.
because me sometimes me come be na me dey silence me we dey me be fear na da silence na nti na me dey say da silence nti me dey bibi me person better e be create problems. And so you see I don't make can words be we need all in place: transparency,
Yes. Honesty.
discipline, trust. If you trust your partner, none phone that silence. What has that got to do with suspicion and then? I mean, silence is part of the machine. It is they have to silence what is wrong with it. And then it means there's no trust. And when there's no trust, it means transparency in a papa, and there's no discipline. One can stand on so phone who couldn't throw beer and answer by Dimbi Agibi or who is that Agi? Yes, you lack self-control. And when you lack self-control, it means you are not disciplined. And
You're
no
not
credit,
disciplined, yeah.
you are being rude, which means a own boy. See, you
Wow.
can privacy, you can transparency, or power and the patience, trust, discipline. Ni nyina ka ho mani di mu. Who use back pa emwa.
Wow. Yeah.
And we are
Knowing your boundaries
transparency.
too.
You are only transparent. Emwa. Who you need all. You need all to be present in the relationship. You need discipline, you need transparency, you need honesty, you need trust, self-control, patience. You also need you need good manners.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. But what do you mean?
But
Good. Wow. And then yeah question. Now, hey, question with there. I'll say, what makes you feel trusted in a relationship? Minister wait man can be kakebia.
what makes you feel trusted?
Yes, in a relationship.
Matilda, when you are transparent and you are disciplined, if your partner does not trust you, then your wife may be suffering from something else. Maybe inferiority complex or insecurity.
Complex, right?
And we need to work on him or her, your partner. You see, so if you are not seeing, if there's no trustworthiness in the relationship, then it means your partner is suffering from maybe insecurity or inferiority complex. Then we need to work on him or her. So don't say, why you need and so your wife or husband does not trust you anymore. Kobane sana uye bibia na clean, uye cleaner, then o partner na oyare. And you
Now what do I offer with it?
why you offer with your partner no problem. I don't know oyare. And you
Wow, very interesting. I think say you're saying your mom be brave. It's our no. You're ready so be transparent ne be honest ya. Now be your own private offer. Check wa bra bo mu ye check onyoma ba ku mi bi. Ansa na room. I think say we've had a very interesting discussion now. Wow, we be tie na so mu na de be ye drum. Gidi ye say e be bo pa. Your topic na ye discuss here no. Privacy in marriage, does it exist? And on come up in a year D. I think say this is the first time yeah bro 1 hour not quite cheap almost an hour and a half. Indeed, that was your discussion na more the more comments and so by yeah must say my yeah so eti yeah but here last remarks if we ever power na privacy sem phone sem password sem no yeah her relationship too much. We need a lot of relationship now. Yeah, the Jumadi no abawi now. That's an no. By the different topic and a discussion in a baby. Today, finally, no. Then yeah, can privacy, no. Last words and remarks now. Yeah, find Jumadi no very.
and pain baby, fear. We have this fear, the fear of being harmed or harming our partners. And so the question is, what if it will harm? Let's look at these words. Truth, honesty, and transparency may hurt, but they do not harm. They may hurt, but they don't harm the relationship. Why? Because truth sets you free from past regret and future shame. Secondly, honesty pays. It promotes trust and confidence in the relationship. And then thirdly, transparency is the enemy of cowardice. When you are coward, if you are not brave, then you hide things. What are you afraid of? Non-transparency stems from lack of virtue. So transparency is the enemy of cowardice. So when you see someone not being transparent, then it means that person is coward or you're hopeful. How will you feel if you get to know others know more about your partner than you? These are questions we need to answer. Say amanfo nim bibi fa wo yere ana okunu echense ne awu nim. Okunu sidan unim wo yere atasase unim wo yere yewe unim okunu yewe unim na amanfo emo nim na omo ka kire wo. De wo be fele den. Truth is a segment of the armor of God. No quality eka akode Yakopon de amaye. And you should be reminded that truth here is not the word of God. It is honesty, candor, transparency.
Yeah.
Strangely, whilst trying to cover up, you rather get exposed. When you try to cover up, you'll be exposed. And go to Genesis 3. They ate the fruit. They went into hiding. They attempted covering their shame by sewing leaves to cover their nakedness. But when God came, where are you? Those I heard your voice. I went to hide because I was naked. Please, don't be naked. Cover by being transparent and honest. When you are transparent and honest, you are covered. Mary?
Thank you. So truth, honesty, and transparency hurts, but does not harm. From Mr. Asa. Hey, producer, I'm going to fire. I'm captures into so my why. You know, who's the waba?
Sammy, Mahu said, Obi Kwaku Kobina, Patricia says she is probably hiding something. And what is your problem? Don't worry, if she is hiding something, I found.
Hey, you are just dating. What do you mean
here? Dating. Yeah, so what is your problem? Don't worry, Nipani. We are talking about marriage. We are not talking about Ubia Unware. And so the BBC, what is your problem? So what is your problem?
So why are you there? And yeah, I was say Omawu the
so she is hiding something, and so what? I mean, Osro, only Osro. No, they are saying about Osro. All the what is your problem? Don't worry, Nipan. No, the BBC. What is your problem? Untimia, quite. Me yere ana me kunu e de BBC me de e na yehu enti ya me work
we date the normal. Wow, very interesting. Yes, it's
I mean, Madam
Then I
Wasi.
am in your quote. I am in your quote, mommy. Truth, honesty, and transparency hurts, but does not harm. Mr. George Asa. Now, in your flyer, I have Jonamu captions saying, Nayana, yes, you have to your page, you have to your phone. So, Sapa Pepe. 80 Abusian for Bigidi is when ni at the show, no, na, who follow ya, what's your de balcon, and na, be no be a woman. I mean, who's be there. And then the more person that you record, you do me light too. You know, then the phone touch. I hear from the beginning, and that's when they die. I hear more than 1 hour. I say, counselor. So can I come to understand that I shouldn't expect transparency when dating?
Not total.
Dating will not be transparency. Daddy.
No, I mean, a certain level of transparency is required, but not total.
I mean, you can't force her to know. I mean, on your bound to
Yeah,
explain
no,
your
I'm saying a
body or
certain level,
whatever.
up to a certain level, but yeah,
Yes.
total. Yeah, yeah, completely.
I kwaku kobina me bacho ogana wo issues me the daddy number number 2 that friend no we program na enye ene nyame adom ochina call the office book your appointment ko ye nje uska kaka ha de unya o ye cancel ni free or child tv en pesa call friend me the number number 2 that friend no na call office na ye charge o kaka na ye deal I think that there's a problem. Yeah, I had a bit last summer. Anyways, you have a plan about no 0244260172 0244260172. It problem kakra bomadian friend now bebo na we yes number na that to screen so 0244260172. Offer problem be obebo. It's mama wadiana mo friend na a on pick calls for when you need as you said there's a problem. Now is also no wakuma be oh you jealous pa. I said this is very tricky because you are dating to be married. So I agree some level of transparency is needed. Iti yate ole fe jasa na me adom watch book appointment. Makwara ko ka ha chere no why. And that who be sa ka chere no. And no. No man in that one. Chairman, but money after that in and then no ending come. Ebusian for you know, my daddy that was to say, and then there you do more lights. I mean, why I think I mean, shout. What to me the phone touches and then lights be. I can come home here to my medium and I come on. And then the first time so yeah bro 1 hour no. It's that's your coupon show. I mean, if that's a net, obesa the kind sana yet to me any other for it to me as there. Also, I will read you, media, no, or contribute or do message by obisa question and coupon share. Said they be around no obaha moka na mama dwumadi no ekoso kama enti said the time na ye de midin no ekoso a samo ababi nyame ya adoma da say na love and family corner I watch your tv mpacho like page no na share na for France so nsan kabi bomadi say every Monday bia no 7 p.m. nya bope wode wa fidie no ebeto aha na enye Monday spend na charity tv programs all other any other day your programs so Tuesdays I copy na just programs every day your program a wo ho into enye na pe na be charity tv so be love and family corner ya ka nyame sem ni nyoma bebre e wo ho a ebetumi aboa na edi punto kese about brabo nti nyame adma da sene e be hye mu biem na ya to ayi dwumadi so yakopon nka be bia maka
Da yes, sir.